What's up, you guys? I'm Love from a Leo, and today I wanted to make sure that I made a video concerning this moon because I know everyone's talking about it. Um, Now, this moon is in the Leo constellation, so it's going to be very what's the word I'm trying bold is basically what I'm trying to say. Meaning that everything's going to be a little bit more dramatic than it has to be. So emotions, decision making might seem a little harder. Um, but it's not as scary as I feel like everyone's trying to make it. So the reason that it's a blue moon is because it's the second full moon in 1 month. Okay, so whenever you have whenever there's like a full moon throughout 1 month, it's called the blue moon or the super moon, because it's going to be closer to Earth, so it's going to appear bigger. Now the reason that it's going to be red, an actual like the physical color is going to be like a reddish tone, is because it's a lunar eclipse. So you're going to have that sun, the sun color with the moon, and so it's going to be more of like a reddish blood looking moon, not like extremely red, but it is going to have like a red tone to it. um, Now with any full moon, emotions are going to be running high. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff happening. There's going to be a lot of distractions because just like we know these things, there's other beings out there that know as well, that don't want other people to know about it. Or if they do want you to know about it, they're going to try to freak you out about it. Um, but as spiritual people, it's very important for anyone, but for spiritual people, because we can feel things, we know more about what's happening, so sometimes it could take more of a toll on us rather than people who are like their eyes are still shut. You know what I mean? They don't know what's going on, so they don't have a reason to feel what they're feeling. Or if they do feel something, they're just like I'm just not having a good day. But for us, it's very important to have stones that can help you according to the moon. Okay, so as always, what I like to have is, let me show you guys, my black obsidian, because it keeps me grounded, it keeps me protected, it keeps me knowing what I need to work on. So in a moon time, it's a perfect time to do a lot of manifestation, a lot of self-assessments, a lot of meditating. Meditate a lot. Just kind of staying closed off if you know that you're going to be just like feeling the emotions a lot, because you don't want to start anything with anyone. You want to be peaceful as possible. So sometimes for me, it's just best for me to stay to myself because I'm a fire sign. So when I get emotional, it can be pretty hectic. It can get pretty hot. Okay, so I try to stay kind of closed up to myself and make sure I have grounding stones. Another one that I like to have, because my moon sign is Virgo, so that means I'm a earth sign when it comes to emotions. Um, so I like to have this stone because this is the stone that I earth with. So basically what that means is it keeps me balanced, it keeps me grounded, literally grounded, connected. Um, for spiritual reasons, it helps with connecting to your ancestors, your higher self, past lives. So just kind of keeping you like grounded in something. Because when we have full moon, sometimes it can feel like you're just floating and just emotions are just like flowing, and it can be intense. So basically the type of stones that I like to have are grounding stones. Um, I'm not sure where my clear quartz went, but I like to have my clear quartz just to keep me basically sane, and keep me like when I'm sleeping, to make sure my dreams have clarity to them. Because when you have full moon, or when you have like a really strong moon at one time, especially if you're an empath or if you have a heightened psychic ability. Everyone has psychic abilities, but if you're more heightened with it, like if you do readings, your dreams will be wacky. And my dreams, I don't know about you guys, my dreams for the past 2 weeks have been crazy. Maybe 3 weeks almost, but probably about 2 weeks. They've just been out of whack. But there's always lessons to them. But you also have to keep in mind, when it comes to the moon, there's always an illusion. Like there's always like a fog before you actually realize what's happening. So that's why I say it's best to stay to yourself, or best to deal with situations or confrontation after the moon. Because when it's during the moon, everything is just way too out of whack. Everything is just too heightened. Okay, and you don't want to ruin things that wasn't even worth it. Um, but it's still a good time to resolve some things. But for me, I try to resolve things within myself. That's why I use black obsidian, because it helps you work with your shadow self. So I don't try to do too many confrontations with other type of relationships that I'm in, or like friendships, or you know what I mean. I try to focus on myself because this is a time where a lot of things can get misconstrued if you say them the wrong way, or because emotions are high, you might say some things you don't mean. So really just focus on yourself is what I would do. Um, Now, if you're a water sign, this is going to be a really rough time for you. I'm not even going to lie. It's going to be very intense. Um, so, but that doesn't mean that you can't get through it, obviously. You just want to make sure you have your stones on you, and you want to make sure that you're working on realizing what's real and what's not. You know, like, what is the moon causing this, or is it just me? You know what I mean? Like, really focus on deciphering what's real from what's being heightened or misconstrued because of the moon's energy, because it is going to be tugging on you guys like pretty hard. But because this is in a Leo constellation, um, also fire signs, or more in particular Leos, we just have to, like I said, the same thing with water signs is kind of what we have to do. But at the same time, it's not going to be this like crazy like doomsday. Like, no, that they're gonna start putting things out there to distract us from the moon, or to make us afraid of it. But you know who you are. Like, you just need to do more meditating. You need to stay cleansed. It's a good time to do a spiritual bath, and just try to stay safe, because people who aren't necessarily in tune with spirituality, it's going to affect them, but they're just not going to realize how much it is affecting them. So there might be a lot of crazy stuff happening on the 31st at nighttime, as far as crime, or beings coming out, energy vampires, just a whole bunch of things that can deter you, or kind of make you feel like you're crazy, or just you're going through stuff, but you're fine. Like, it's fine. It really is. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's not a terrible time. This is just a time for you to just focus on yourself. If you know that it's easier for you to do that, then just do that. You don't have to force yourself to go out, or you don't have to force yourself to watch the news. Like, I would definitely not do that. Definitely, like, I barely watch the news as it is now, just because most of it is just shit in a bowl, and they just serve it up to you and say that it's ice cream. But yeah, like, you don't want to get distracted, because that's what it's really going to be about. The days coming before it, and the day of, it's just going to be a whole bunch of stuff being thrown out there, like a lot of distractions. So just really stay mindful, do a lot of meditating, make sure you have some type of cleansing thing, spiritual baths, just stay protected is what I really want to stress to you guys. Stay protected. Because when we're in vulnerable times like this, higher powers, or people who have knowledge but don't tell you that they do, they'll use that fear, and they'll use that energy to drag it from you, and it'll make you feel like you're crazy. It'll make you feel down or depressed, or just crazy. So just stay grounded and stay mindful, and realize no one is stronger than you. You know what I mean? Like, you create this reality in your third eye. Whatever you project, if you're projecting fear or paranoia, that's what you're going to attract. Okay? Because the people that are looking for people like that, that's the energy that they're trying to go towards. So you want to stay strong, stay mindful, and let it happen. You know what I mean? Like, let it happen. It's going to be okay. I don't want people to get all freaked out. This is not what this video is about. This is just to help you guys know which stones that I use, so that I'm grounded in things that I do. I drink tea, watch some movies, like, just relax. Like, honestly, whatever you put out during this time is what you're going to get back, okay? You can do a lot of spells. I know a lot of people that do a lot of moon magic. I might do some moon magic for myself, or I might just meditate. But yeah, manifestation, things that you want, it's a good time to do it, because there's going to be a lot of energy, because it's like 3 different types of moons, but in one. So you can use all of that momentum for yourself, but I just don't want people to be stressing over this. It's a good time. When things like this happen, it's because it's supposed to. The universe doesn't make mistakes. So whenever things like this are aligned, or when things like this happen, use it to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? And especially if you're like a witch, or you're an empath, or anything like that, this is your time to charge. This is your time to use a little. It's like the universe is giving you a stepping stool. Use it. Use it to the best of your ability, and stay strong. If you know that this is the things that you do, then don't be afraid of energy. Energy is what we thrive from. You know what I mean? This is what keeps everything going, is energy. So use it. Use that momentum. All right, you guys. So that's all I really want to come on and say. I hope it was a little bit more descriptive than just people saying, "Watch out, don't go outside." Like, I didn't want to scare you guys. It's not a scary time. You know what I mean? But yeah, whatever you put out during this time is what you will get back in the near future. So use this time wisely, okay? And yeah, if I'm not your favorite Leo, I hope in the future I will be. And as always, I will see you in the next video, okay? Bye.